cover an oil stain on her blouse, then rushed into the interview room. She thought the interviewer, sitting far away, would never notice. But not only did the interviewer spot the stain immediately, he also didn't miss the run in her stockings. He then told her to leave. The girl was very confused. He informed her that time management is crucial for a lawyer. She was already 10 minutes late. However, a senior partner decided to give her another chance and asked her to explain the reason for her tardiness. The girl said she had been reading on the subway and missed her stop. The interviewer found her excuse utterly ridiculous and asked her to leave. Just then, the interviewer suddenly remembered the girl was Annie, champion of the 12th National Law School mock trial competition. So, the interviewer immediately posed a question. A man is hit by a car while crossing the street, and his arm is severed and lands on the road. A passerby suddenly picks up the arm and runs off. The man sues, demanding the return of his arm. How do you think the court would rule? Except for Annie, the other three candidates believed the arm belonged to the plaintiff, that the plaintiff owned the arm, and the defendant was in illegal possession, so the plaintiff would surely win. But Annie disagreed. She argued that the lawsuit for return of the arm might be dismissed, as it couldn't be confirmed that the plaintiff was the arm's owner. Another interviewee then asked, if the arm doesn't belong to the plaintiff, then whose is it? Shouldn't that be common sense? Annie replied, there's a difference between common sense and legal logic. If the law recognized body parts as objects of ownership, then individuals should have the freedom to dispose of them. If that were the case, selling one's own organs should be considered legal. But clearly the law does not recognize such rights for individuals. Therefore, it's difficult to successfully bring a claim based on ownership. The plaintiff would need to find another legal basis to get his arm back. Her answer greatly satisfied all the interviewers. Next, the interviewer posed another question. A man is driving a train with over 100 passengers. A large boulder is blocking the track ahead. The man considers diverting the train to the right track, but there is a technician working on the right track. If he doesn't switch tracks, all passengers will die. If he switches, the technician will be killed. Ultimately, the man switches tracks, saving the passengers, but the technician is killed by the train. Do you think the man's actions constitute murder? The other three all believed it did not constitute murder. Once again, Annie offered a different perspective. She stated that the man's actions met the elements of murder. Switching tracks was an intentional act. The man knew the technician would die, yet he still carried out the action. Therefore, it constituted murder. The interviewer asked, puzzled, even though he saved 100 lives, he must still be convicted of murder. Is that justice? Annie replied, I didn't say he should be sentenced, only that his actions constitute murder. However, if the court finds that his actions were justified out of necessity, he might be acquitted. Meeting the elements of a crime means an act is criminal, even if morally right. Conversely, an act that goes against morality but doesn't meet the legal elements isn't a crime. The law isn't perfect. Moral standards and legal standards are not the same. Her answer once again earned unanimous praise from the interviewers. Just like that, she not only successfully entered the law firm, but also became highly sought after by various senior partners.